What's happening, NXPT dietitian Andrea here, and it is the second week of the Fitness Results Challenge. I hope that everybody is just sore in every single muscle in their body and still motivated and hungry to keep going to the gym and to keep doing all of your activities and eating well outside of the gym also. So in this week's video, I am going to briefly go over how to find your nutrition needs calculator on the website. And then if you're not a numbers person and you don't want to calculate your calories at all and you don't want to use any numbers, I'm going to give you an alternative that you can use. So if you log on to the NXPT Fit website and log into your members only side that you have since you are part of the challenge, you're going to go under the nutrition tab. And there are a bunch of downloadable PDF forms. The first one is the calorie calculator worksheet, and that is where you can determine how many calories that you should be eating every single day. And you should have your basal metabolic rate, or your BMR number, from your FitScan. If you don't have that, it's easy to estimate your BMR. Just multiply your body weight in pounds by 10. So for example, I weigh 150 pounds. So roughly my basal metabolic rate is 1,500 calories every day. Now remember that your basal metabolic rate is the number of calories that your body needs every single day just to be alive. And the reason that we talk so much about BMR and the reason why it's on your FitScan results results in the first place is because you should never eat less than this number of calories. If you do, your body composition is never going to change. You're going to not be able to lose weight, because what happens is your body doesn't have enough calories just to run. And so it lowers and slows your metabolism so that your body can keep functioning physiologically, and then to also have energy for your exercise, your workouts that you're doing. So it's super important to figure out what your BMR is, either by the quick and dirty method that I just told you, that is your body weight in pounds times 10, or find out the measured value from your FitScan results, and make sure that when you're tracking your food, you're never eating less calories than that. If you do not want to calculate your calories and you're not into meticulously tracking your food, that's perfectly fine. I do think that there is some usefulness to at least tracking your food, or if you're not tracking it, at least measuring your food. So reading nutrition facts labels on packages to find out how many grams of protein are in certain foods and the serving sizes that you're consuming. And really useful is measuring cups, measuring spoons, and like a kitchen scale is also really useful, especially when it comes to your protein, to kind of help you to determine what different portion sizes look like. Because most people just open up their cupboard and pull out a bowl, and they fill up their bowl with cereal or ice cream or whatever they're eating, and that's the portion size that they're eating, but that's not actually the portion size. So look at the nutrition facts label and see what the portion size is, and then measure that out. And you don't have to do that every time, but just the first couple times to kind of get an eyeball and idea and figure out what you're eating. So you can calculate your calories and count your calories if you want, but you also do not have to do that to be successful. Another just simple method is to kind of use the plate method. And so what this is doing is it's taking your meals and your snacks and just identifying what sources of foods you should have on your plate and for your snacks. And so really simply, you should have, at all of your meals, you should have a source of protein that should make up about a quarter of your plate. You should have some color, so that's like fruit or vegetables, that should make up a third to half of your plate. And then you should have some form of carbohydrate. That could either be a starchy vegetable like potatoes, peas, corn, beans, or that could be a grain, whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, whole grain pasta, something like that. And the carbohydrate portion of your plate can make up about a quarter. It can be more than that if your energy level is really high, or your calorie level that you need to get in is higher than that. So the basis of your meals should be, or your meal composition should be, a quarter of your plate should be protein, a third to half of your plate should be color, and then like a quarter or a third of your plate should be carbohydrate. So you can make your meals whatever you want with that combination. You should also have snacks in between your meals. So most people that are active get hungry every 3 to 4 hours. And a huge downfall that a lot of people run into is that if you're only eating 3 meals a day and they're really spaced out from each other, you are inevitably going to get hungry between that. And if you wait too long to eat, you're going to feel hangry, and then you're more likely to eat whatever's in front of you. You don't care what that is, and you're more likely to overeat. So making sure that you have snacks in between your meals is really important. Your snacks should be at least 2 of those categories. One should always be protein, and then the other could either be carbohydrate or color. In terms of actual foods that you should be eating, good protein sources are going to be eggs, any like low-fat dairy, so non-fat or low-fat Greek yogurt, milk, cottage cheese, any fish is good, specifically like salmon, tuna, any like whitefish, tilapia, any of that is good. Shrimp is also a good protein source. Other meats that you can have are poultry, so chicken or turkey. Breast is going to be the leanest poultry sources, and then any like lean red meat, so beef or pork. Any cut of beef or pork with the word round or loin in the name of the cut are going to be your lower fat meats. And if you are buying like ground beef or ground turkey, you're going to want to look for lean or extra lean. So those are all good protein sources. There's also protein in things like beans and other plant sources like tofu. With the animal proteins, those oftentimes come along with a lot of fat. So you want, and it's not there's anything wrong with fat, but you want your protein sources to be mostly protein. So look for the leanest protein sources, because for the amount of calories that you're getting, you want the most protein. And then you want your fat to come and flavor your food to come from things like avocado, nuts, oils that you use to cook with, and like salad dressings and things like that. Carbohydrate sources are going to be any fruit, any starchy vegetables like potatoes, peas, corn, beans, and your grains. So whole grains are beneficial because they're high in fiber. Things like brown rice, whole grain pasta, popcorn, oatmeal, those are all whole grains. Quinoa is technically a seed, but it's kind of in the grains category usually when you're eating it with a meal. So those grains and starchy vegetables are the better sources of carbohydrates you want to be eating more frequently. Fruit, really when it comes to fruits and vegetables, the greater variety of color, the better. And then when you are, that's carbohydrate. And then when you're looking at the color portion of your plate, those are going to be like your non-starchy vegetables. So those are going to be like all of your lettuces and anything that's not potatoes, peas, rice, corn, or beans. So those are kind of the components of your plate. For snacks, make sure that you are getting protein, either protein and carbohydrate or protein and color. Plan your snacks out, have a snack drawer or a snack shelf in your refrigerator, and have those ready to go in between your meals, and schedule those in. When it comes to just eating throughout the day, you want the most amount of food. You want to like stack your nutrition, or like sandwich or bookend your nutrition around either your workout or the most active part of your day. So your body needs the energy from food to either work out or if you have like a physical job or a really like intensive, like you need a lot of everybody needs cognitive function for their job, but if you have like a job that requires like high attention, then whenever part of your day is either the most active or requires you to be like on point, that is when most of your nutrition should be surrounding. You don't want to go like all day without eating, and then at night you're trying to catch up and overeat. You want to fuel up for the tasks and the work that is at hand. So those are a couple tips for this week. So again, you can find the calorie calculator worksheet on the members only section of the website if you want to count your calories and be really meticulous about everything. If you don't want to do that, I do recommend at least looking at nutrition facts labels on the foods that you're eating to kind of get an idea of portion sizes, even if you're not tracking it, but just to kind of measure things out like, wow, what does 1/3 of a cup of rice look like? Or what does 4 ounces of meat look like? And so you just kind of know serving sizes. And then if you don't want to be meticulous and track everything or plan everything out, then just kind of use the plate method and make sure that you have carbohydrate, protein, and color at your meals, and then protein and either carbohydrate or protein and color for your snacks. Go to the grocery store, have a kitchen full of good, delicious food that you want to eat. And if you have any nutrition questions, I would love to hear them. Come find me at the gym, send me a message or an email. See you next week.